Sanjoy, coming to you, as a healthcare brand, uh, Dr. Batras has been in business for a long time. But now with people's new consciousness of healthcare, on boosting immunity, on getting more focused, Ajay kind of touched upon that when he talked about people are having deeper thoughts about health and wealth. Uh, how do you see the business focus of Dr. Batras going forward? And what would be its specific impact to the way you look at marketing?
So, Lloyd, when this started, our first focus was, we have a fixed patient base of about 80,000 customers and patients. And our first fear was that how are we going to, retain them? Are we going to remain relevant for them or not? And, I think the first realization was, that old adage that a brand is as a brand does. And our point of view was that, listen, this is the time when our patients are most worried, they're most hassled, they're most distraught about their health, about the entire situation, about the stress in their lives. There's so much of change happening. And our first point of view was, okay, our business seems to have come to a standstill because we are 100% retail business. We were not online. But leave that aside for a moment. Let us first reach out to our customers and be there for them. Reach out to our patients and be there for them. And that was our first focus. So we were actually able to, within a very short period, and an amazing amount of work got done. But we were able to get computers into our doctors' homes. We have over 350 doctors, and most of them are women, and they have families to also support. So, we were able to get computers there. We were able to get connectivity done, and we were able to start connecting with our customers. It didn't matter if the initial few consultations were super effective or not. It's just that they happened. Conversations happened. The doctors reached the patients, spoke to them, inquired about them. I think that really gave us a lot of confidence that we were there for the customers, and gave the patients a lot more confidence that we were there for them. And likewise, we were able to also very quickly establish, even it was pretty complex in the lockdown scenario, but establish a courier system. And this was way before even Amazon started delivery. But we were able to establish a courier system to get medicines to our patients, and that also gave them a lot of confidence. I think I have seen over the last 2 months that the focus on immunity has risen and risen and risen, and it's really exploding right now. And what's happening is that as the lockdown is slowly, gradually winding down, and people are leaving the safe cocoon of their houses, they are actually beginning to feel a lot more fearful, and they're wanting to become a lot more careful about about being immune. Also, as a lot of people have been saying, no one really knows when COVID is going to go away. No one really knows what's going to happen with this pandemic. And at the end of the day, the sure shot way of avoiding it or avoiding catching it is to be immune to it. There is no other way at this point of time. And through what the government has been saying, and through a lot of experience that our people have had, the fact that homeopathic medicine really helps with building immunity is something which is catching on. And so I think it's actually a good time to be in homeopathy at this point of time, because people understand that, look, this is a sure shot, safe way that you can build your immunity. Of course, building your immunity is not a guarantee that you will not catch something, but it is an insurance that helps you prevent it to a large extent, and definitely the percentages are in your favor. So going forward, I think our biggest learning is that the more you're there for your patient, the more you're reaching out to the patient. Going back to what I said about a brand being what a brand does, the fact is that in a crisis, what you say matters far more than when it's peacetime and everything is hunky dory. And it is in the crisis that we tried to stand up and tried to say the right thing and tried to do the right thing. It wasn't perfect, but it doesn't matter, because you are trying, and you're trying hard. And I think patients understand that, customers understand that, and they reward you for it. So standing up and doing the right thing and reaching out to people in this crisis was, I think that what worked, and what will continue to work. And obviously focus on what the customers want. And at this point of time, I think the biggest concern that people have is around immunity. And of course, that is going to be a key focus area for us also, to be able to create plans that will protect the immunity, which will help the immunity, whether it be corporates at a large scale level or it be individual patients. So that's really going to be our focus. And lastly, there is this saying that hope is greater than fear, and so that's something that we believe in. And I cannot begin to tell you how much our patients have appreciated the fact that we have reached out to them and given them hope, and given them the courage to say that, listen, you can go on, because many of our patients are older, many of our patients have other diseases, obviously, which make them immunosusceptible. And hence giving them that hope and giving them that courage and giving them that confidence that they can go out and face the world and this disease has been I think really good, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Great response, Sanjoy. Thanks. So I guess one of the takeaways, that one is seeing is, I think, the ability of businesses to actually look at the opportunity that a disruption of this sort presents. And you said it very well, Sanjoy, but one of the startups I'm involved with in the healthcare space, they're seeing a huge surge in this whole business of teleconsultation, right? I mean, we've all seen that there's some upsides to COVID. One is e-education. Who would have thought remote education would come down to primary schools? Who would have thought teleconsultation with doctors would become a way of life, right? No one wants to go to a clinic. Most clinics are shut. So great to see the fact that you guys are looking at the opportunity.